Hey guys, we are live and welcome to episode 16 of Superhero Hour. Thank you for joining us, and with me is Mr. Lou Rod.
What's going on?
All right, what's happening, man? And of course, the man, the myth, Charles.
What's up?
All right, guys, let's get into the show for this week. This week, in terms of comic book TV shows, we had our season finales, which we will get to. But let us start off with some news items for the week. We had a bunch of trailers, so we'll kick off with trailers first this week. We had, first of all, you know what I'm excited for, can't wait for season 7. Game of Thrones trailer came out. What do you guys think? Charles, I'll start off with you.
I only watched the trailer once, but it looks interesting. It looks like there's going to be some conflict going on between Jon Snow and Littlefinger. That's going to be interesting. I don't know. Just the new season looks good. It looks very good. It looks like it's going to be just like all the previous seasons. It's going to be great all around.
Okay. All right. Lou, how about you?
I enjoyed the trailer. You know, it gets you pumped. Even though we should have already been watching this, but hey, you know, we'll just wait because we have to.
Yep.
But no, it looks good. Jon Snow is not about Littlefinger's bullshit, so we know something's going to go down there.
Yes, that's right. That is right.
And then the one thing I saw really didn't click the article, but the actors all said, you know, less episodes means more screen time for each of their characters, which entails makes for better television. It doesn't have to drag out in so many different spots because everybody really is in Westeros.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Yeah, I was excited. I was pumped. Can't wait. I'm like, let's get this.
Unfortunately, you know, you were on the West Coast of things, and you really couldn't break down your reactions like you wanted to.
Yeah, I couldn't, but it was still fun watching it. You know, I was at Microsoft and I was about to do some stuff there. I was able to quickly just like watch before and get like all pumped. So it was good. It was good to definitely see it. I'm excited. They don't have to shoot.
So now, how was it looking on that infinity display?
I mean, it was great, man. It took up the whole screen. You know what I mean? Like it was great. Whatever. Yeah, that was good. Definitely good. Moving on to the second trailer. There were 2 trailers for Spider-Man Homecoming. There was a third trailer, third final, and there was an international third trailer. What do you guys think? I'll start off with Lou.
I like the international a little bit more because of the different footage we got. Granted, the final third trailer has some different footage as well, but it seems to be the international trailers always get better footage.
No, yeah, the international trailer was good that they were very much different, you know, in terms of the content that you saw, but still didn't necessarily spoil the movie. It's sort of like I call the movie a pseudo origin movie. You know, it's almost like it's past the origin story. It's like, you know what, 2 years or a year after the origin story, so to speak. You know, when he first gets bit by a spider, he's already been Spider-Man since Civil War, so. It's just kind of, he's still fresh, more or less anything else.
So what's good about it is it's taking place like a week after Civil War.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Yeah, for us, it's been, what, a year and a half, 2 years? But in the movie-going audience, it's literally picking up a few days after.
Yeah.
So
How about you, Charles?
I watched the third trailer, but I did not watch the international trailer because, well, I usually don't. But with the third trailer, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I only watched it once, so forgive me if I am like missing certain things that happen in the trailer. But I got a clearer look of what Vulture looks like, where I thought it was going to be like a straight, like full body costume, but it looks like it's just going to be the wings that are going to be mechanical, the mask, and then he's just going to wear regular old pants. He's going to wear like one of those old World War II flight bomber jackets.
Yeah.
So I am interested in that costume. I do, however, I don't know if I saw it correctly, but it looked like that we're getting 2 separate shockers.
No.
No.
There's only one shocker. in
Or, I don't know, just because I saw it in the trailer, and then I saw somebody post it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe Facebook group, where it showed the main guy who's supposed to be Shocker with like the shocking gauntlets, and then somebody else who's holding like a minigun type weapon that's supposed to be electric as well. And I was like, and they said like 2 Shockers or something. I don't know. I was a little confused.
There's only one Shocker in this movie. Remember, he's scalping parts from the alien invasion, so maybe that guy was just holding a minigun of some sort, but not necessarily another Shocker, you know. But it's definitely just one Shocker.
Okay, well, I don't know, but I will say this, that I am a little concerned about Spider-Man's future. I mean, Homecoming looks great, but with the announcement of Sony doing their own thing with Tom Hardy, or is it? Yeah, it's Tom Hardy being cast as Venom. They said that it's not connected to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Does this mean that Sony is going to have their own set of Spider-Man movies?
No, it's so all we know is that Venom doesn't take place in the MCU. That's just it. We don't know anything else. Nobody knows anything else. That's
all right. It's just I'm a little worried that by doing it this way and not having complete collaboration with all the Spider-Man rogues gallery and all the characters, it's going to be confusing to the viewer, and that's just going to make it suffer in the end.
All it is Sony, like Umberto says, this is Sony's way to fuck shit up again.
Well,
I mean, I see. As much as I think I hear that, I also see this is Marvel's way of making them mess it up, because we've heard from Feige. Feige wants everything back eventually at some point.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And he doesn't want to give the MCU characters, because you know why? There are a couple of things too. When you do that, the problem you're going to have is now you've got all these villains in New York City. Really? And now you have to connect the Netflix world. Remember, it's one cohesive universe. This is not this is where they face a problem. As opposed to if they had gone the DC route, then the X-Men universe is like a different world. It doesn't really matter. You know, a Spider-Man universe is a different world. It doesn't matter. But that's a problem they will have, because when you start having Carnage, Venom showing up in New York, then how come Spider-Man doesn't get help from Luke Cage or Iron Fist or Jessica Jones or Daredevil? Remember, in the Spider-Man comics, those are the people he hangs around the most out of all of them, you know? So it becomes a hard game to play, you know?
And then why don't the X-Men come down from Westchester, New York to help out?
Exactly. You know, so you have these kind of issues where, you know, for Marvel, you know what, do your own universe that way for that thing. Now, the rumor is that Venom might be closer to more of a horror movie, really, you know, that way. So we don't know. It could be Agent Venom too, which he's a bad guy, a little bit of an anti-hero, but still Venom in a sense, which is based on the comic book. So again, like I said, we don't know what they do. It might just be a standalone good movie too, at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, that's why they cast Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
To bring butts to the seats in the theater, because they know this isn't connected to the Marvel shared universe. You know, this is Sony's way of just doing what they originally wanted to do before they rebooted again with Spider-Man.
Exactly. So that's just what they have to do at this point, you know, and that's pretty much it. You know, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how it looks like. And also there was the Castlevania trailer on Netflix. If you ever played the Castlevania games, then you know it's all about the whips.
Yeah.
It's all about throwing the cross in holy water. And the anime looks pretty good. I mean, it was pretty quick. It had this retro 8-bit intro, which I liked.
No, see, what would have sold me a little bit more on that trailer was, I think they attempted to do it, but they didn't really sell it. It was when the guy picked up the game.
Yeah, he didn't blow it. He just like, I was like, what the hell is that?
Especially that old ass looking Nintendo. That old ass Nintendo would have definitely needed to get some blown dust out of it to make that game work.
Yeah, so it was good. It was still a good trailer. It reminds me of they trying to take some of the feel of. Have you ever watched Vampire Hunter D?
I didn't watch the whole series. I think I watched a couple of episodes,
No,
like snippets, with my
Vampire
brother.
D only has 2 movies. They had 2 anime movies. One from 1989, I think, or 90, and then one from like 2002 or 2003, something like that. Very dark anime where the world now has vampires basically running a lot of things, and they move by night. I mean, you got to check it out. It's a great anime in terms of like vampire lore. And this vampire hunter is the son of Dracula. He's half human, half Dracula's son, and he has a hand. His left hand has a mouth and face on it that basically he talks to all the time, and he can suck in anything like a vortex in his hand.
What the hell?
Brings whole new meaning to the expression "talk to the hand."
Exactly, yeah. So, but definitely check it out. Vampire Hunter D, the first one and the second one. If you don't want to watch the first one because the animation is a little old school, watch the newer one from like 2003 or so. Solid anime to watch. But that will give you a sense of how I think they're going with Castlevania, because it's dark. It's just
See now, this is a question posed to you because we watched both Voltron. Are they gonna split season?
They may do that. They may do the split season, or they may not do the split season, because if you notice, Voltron did okay with split season. Another news topic which we'll get in quickly is the Get Down was a split season, and you can see that was canceled. Granted, the budget was just pretty high for the Get Down.
The Get Down's budget was $10 million an episode.
Yeah, budget was pretty high for the Get Down. So what I would say is the split season can work, but with something like Castlevania, I say you just do your full 10-season run, because it's a dark anime. You want to kind of finish the story. You want to keep it hanging. Voltron was a little bit funny. There was humor in Voltron, so you could cut it off and come back. But something that dark, you might just want to go all the way through. So that's what I think.
See, that's the question now. Are we getting 10, 12, 26? Because traditional Japanese anime is 26 episodes.
I think it's gonna be 10. Just like Voltron was how many?
Voltron was 12 or 13.
12 split. So maybe it'll be that. Maybe it'll be 12 and then 12. That I see I can do.
That can work. I'm looking forward to it. Comes out here soon. What was it, July?
July, yeah. That's coming out in July.
Netflix is they're dropping their hitters here soon. You got House of Cards coming, then Orange is the New Black.
Speaking of more news, let's see. Ghost in the Shell home release. What date is it again?
July 25th.
July 25th, which is...
But see, there's something missing from that. Because that's showing like the Blu-ray DVD release date. So anywhere 2 weeks before that, we should get it on digital HD.
Probably. I mean, it's a movie I would say at the most you watch at home, at the most. Let's see what else we have here. There's a Star Wars new Lego set revealed showing Supreme Leader Snoke. So
it looked goofy.
Yeah, it's nothing too serious there anyway. He just looked like a guy in a yellow jumpsuit.
It's what I thought.
So I'm not exactly sure about that. We've got some concepts from Mortal Engines, which is the Peter Jackson movie coming up. I'm going to share the image for you guys. I would have shared.
What is that about?
It's a moving city, like a city
Okay.
on. It's a book. It's been adapted off a book, so I'm not exactly sure, but that's it right here. The city's moving on massive tracks. I mean, think of it like New York City moving around the earth.
All right.
That's pretty much it. There's more to it itself, but the synopsis of Mortal Engine is the 4-book series follows teenager Tom Nastyworthy in a futuristic steampunk version of London City, including London's are run by engines that move about the earth, feeding off resources of smaller cities. Tom, along with a woman, uncovers a mystery that could disrupt the world order. The world itself was ravaged by 60-minute war that caused massive geological upheaval. So we shall see. And
Sounds interesting.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. We get to see Hulk's bed.
One thing about the Mortal Engine stuff, Peter Jackson knows how to flesh out a world. And if it's a 4-book story, he's built for that. Because he'll condense the story down, make it good, and then he'll give you an extended version that'll probably make the story even better.
He won't. He can only do an extended cut of the movie as long as he has the budget to keep filming.
Yes. Now, speaking of which,
they'll give him the budget.
Yeah, it all depends. Here is the Hulk's bed. This is where the Hulk will be crashing on the set of Thor Ragnarok. That's basically a giant, like, dinosaur type head.
It's fit for a Hulk.
Which, if you look at it, this beast has a huge underbite. Because the top part is not as long as the bottom part. So it's one of the.
Well, what if it's flipped?
Actually, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking it's flipped, where the part that he lays on is the upper jaw.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The back is the lower.
Yeah, lower here. This is socket here. So he's got a huge overbite then. Either way, there's a bite of some sort.
Yeah.
You are definitely right. That is the eye socket at the very bottom.
Actually, I think it might be a nostril, but all right.
Either one. Eye socket, nostril. Who knows? No, it's eye socket. I'm correct.
It's a bed fit for a Hulk.
I'm curious. What are they gonna do? Do we even know like how they're able to get him to stay in Hulk form? Because all he has to do is calm down, and Hulk.
Did you ever read Planet Hulk?
No.
There you go.
I watched the Planet Hulk movie.
Planet Hulk. Once he landed there, Bruce Banner was afraid because they were huge creatures all around. And Hulk had a talk. He's like, "Puny Banner, you stay here and never come out." And Banner was like, "I'm fine."
So Hulk took complete control.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way Banner would have survived there anyway by himself. Yeah. It's not like he's going to die, but Banner just didn't want to deal with any of that. He was like, "I'm good."
See, here's where it gets tricky, because I don't know if it's an actual scene in the movie, but there's a picture of Mark Ruffalo and Thor talking in like one of the hallways. So they might put a different take on Hulk, because now I started to watch Planet Hulk, I just got bored of it.
What?
Isn't it Hulk and more in control? They have that psychic link where they can communicate with each other a lot better than they do in present day movie form.
I told you it's very simple. He got there, they talked in their head and told him, "Dude, you will not survive in the end." Banner was like, "Yeah, you are right. Feel free." Done.
And then
he wasn't at home because also again, when he landed, he started fighting. He wasn't at home. He wasn't on Earth. Banner was like, "This is not my place." And Hulk is like, "I am home," in his own mind. So it's a very, like, it's not as complicated as anybody wants to make it. It's a very simple thing. I mean, I'm Banner, there's Hulk, and I'm like, you know what? Cool, dude. Take over for a while.
I'm gonna go sleep over here in the corner.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. So Hulk was in Hulk form the whole time. Even when he slept, he was a Hulk.
So the good thing is, it could explain why, if we don't see a Banner, he couldn't breathe in space, but the Hulk could.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it, And either way, whenever Banner is in danger, Hulk comes out automatically. That's why he can't kill himself. He's tried. Remember even in the movies, he talked about I put a gun in my mouth and fire, and he spat it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he can't die as Banner. To kill the Hulk or Banner, you actually have to kill the Hulk.
And good luck with that.
Yeah. So that's why I say, as Banner, you could try, but he will pop out immediately there. All right, let's jump to shows. Season finale this week. But before we do that, let us talk about American Gods.
I'm going to go ahead and toss in my 2 cents about American Gods first because I'm just going to go ahead. I'm probably going to be the only one who thinks this, and I don't really care.
Okay.
This episode sucked. It sucked. I'd have to say it is my least favorite episode of the show so far. I mean, the entire episode was nothing but exposition. That's all it was. Look, I have nothing against exposition as long as it makes sense for the narrative, but this was just way too much. It's just, no. Most of the stuff that they showed us, I did not need to know.
I would agree with you on that part. I felt that the story with the wife should have been at most half the episode if you wanted to do that. Most likely perfect, 25% of the episode would have been great because you didn't have to go into too much detail. I think what they were trying to show is that she has gained some level of power that will show up at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yo, she was One Punch Woman.
Yeah, pretty much. She took Todd Sweeney's coin, and what I did like was when she met with what's the Egyptian god of death again?
Anubis.
She's like, I ain't going. She's like, take your hand off me. I mean, I liked her feistiness there, where she was just like, And it was
she told him F you. That shit was funny. I don't know.
Like,
I'm indifferent from both of you. I literally watched it today, and I really liked it. She went from being happy at work to seeing some stupid freaking machine come in and take her ability of shuffling away to like just to put her in a depression.
She's always depressed.
But she remember at one point at that job she was happy.
Yeah,
that machine put her in that funk. And then honestly,
it was not the machine. It was the thought of her husband, not the machine. Remember, she got into her serious depression when she wanted to commit the crime because her husband, when she married Shadow Moon, right?
She felt depressed before she even met him.
No, I know she was depressed and she got better. And then when he became more comfortable, because Shadow Moon was like, oh, I found the perfect thing. I got a job at the gym, like I'm good. Life is nice and cozy. And she's like, that's not what I signed up for. This is not what I signed up for. I mean, that's basically what happened to her. And then she called Shadow to go to jail. And then she started doing her cheating ways, her full-on cheating ways, where she's like, that was a one-time thing. Say it with me. It's a one-time thing. As soon as she said that, I'm like,
it wasn't a one-time thing. She said that.
I suspected that as well.
I was like, you're saying that, and then she just drags him in. I'm like, really? That's what you're gonna do?
And what got me was this Dan Cook is the guy.
Yeah. As soon as it took me a minute to recognize, I was like, wait a minute, is that Dane Cook?
That's probably the best role I've seen Dane Cook play in his life.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't like him with Jessica Alba?
Dane Cook is not a good actor. He's not a funny comedian.
No, Dane Cook really isn't funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I recently watched his movie Employee of the Month, and that has to be one of his worst movies.
I auditioned for that movie.
It. Yeah.
I auditioned for his coworker in that movie in Boston.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
But it was. I thought the episode was good. I liked it. I liked the backstory that we got. Could have been a little bit shorter. I'll agree. Yeah. But I like the fact that it was her origin story, and then it was hers and Shadow Moon in a way.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yes. We see how Shadow got into jail and all that. I agree, but I think there was some parts of it, like the cheating, for instance, you didn't have to show all. You could have shown the first cheating, and then when she died in the car, right? You didn't have to show all that. Even all the exposition. Like I said, there were ways to chop it up where it would have been 50% of the episode. And
hey, but you know what? It was her fault that they died. She threw the car in neutral, not purposely, while she was doing the business down there. She puts the car in neutral, and then Dane Cook,
I'm sorry. It is not her fault. It is Dane Cook. Number one, seriously, you can't concentrate. Number two, do you have to swerve into the car? Number 3, you know there's something called a break.
I've been down that road before. I just didn't crash.
I'm just saying. A lot of people have been down that road and haven't seen many deaths or, people with things in their mouth after dying. So I'm just saying. Anyway, I think I put it this way. Even though I agree. Yeah, it's a good episode if you care for exposition. It's not so good when you don't. But I think as a production value, still the same quality. Everything was well done. I kind of agree with Charles that should have been shorter. Just should have been shorter, and we could have been introduced with some of the other gods or somebody else in there, whether it's whoever it is, Mr. World or who have you in the show. So
look, the good thing is we didn't get no pictures of penises in this episode.
Oh yeah,
that seemed to be the running thread through the first 3 episodes.
Really?
This
I didn't remember. I remember in the 3rd episode with
the first episode.
Jin.
He saw the first one. He sees the picture.
My brain must have blocked it out. I cannot remember at all.
The second one, you see the guy's face out of all of a sudden, whatever that was his face.
I didn't see it. I just saw like a naked. I remember him just being naked floating. I didn't actually see anything. It's the Jin one that I was like, oh, you guys are going to go in depth in that one. That was.
Oh, the homoerotica, boy.
That was extensive. But anyway,
can we just skip Supergirl?
We have to go to Supergirl anyway. So Supergirl, season finale.
Skipping it.
Do you want to go, Charles, or do you want to skip? I mean,
to be honest, I am willing to talk a little bit about Supergirl because I can tell from Lou's response to hearing the name Supergirl, I can tell that he didn't like it, and neither did I.
It's not that I didn't like it, dude. Look, I get it. She beats Superman. Hey, everyone in this world can beat somebody at least once. Fine.
Dude.
The fact that, oh my God. Oh, no, Monel. Please don't go. Oh, you have to. All this lovey-dovey.
Okay. No. See, let me give you my own quick breakdown here. And we're going to get to power levels right now with that.
I know it. I know it.
Yeah. So I have no problem with her beating Superman if you establish it correctly that she is the strongest in the world, right? And if you're a comic book fan, you can now start arguing against that because of the way the show does it. But whatever, you've established she is. Why is she even tussling a little bit against Mon-El's mom? I mean, they really this is where they messed up, right? So that fight with Superman and Supergirl, I was laughing throughout the whole fight because I was like, if Henry Cavill showed up, both of them would be dead with one punch, because we all knew that the camera was just shaking the whole time. But whatever, she beat Superman. Superman's like, you're stronger than me. I get it. Now, if they had used the kryptonite trope that she has been infused with kryptonite at the beginning, then I would understand and make sure that, yeah, this woman is stronger.
Believable.
But it was only till after she almost beat her, then there was a skin crack or something, and I'm like, come on. And at that point, if she's been infused with kryptonite, lead should not affect her. There should be a counterbalance to it. Maybe it would be she's weaker, but she doesn't die from lead poisoning.
Well, they had to kill her off.
I know they had to. And then the whole thing didn't let me appreciate the end with Mon-El, because I know where they were going with it. And I just didn't appreciate it because it's almost like they stole their own ending with how they built up this episode. And again, with power levels, you purposely make Superman weak because he's a side character in the show. You've definitely made Martian Hunter the weakest thing possible. Then you also took McGann, who was more like his daughter in the comic books, and made her a love interest. I mean, CW, does everybody have to be a love interest?
Oh, dude. And then Cat Grant.
Soap opera.
Cat Grant with the classic lines. Can you guys talk to Jimmy? This Darth Vader wearing mask and all this other stuff.
I mean, no, she's always great when she comes in. I definitely like her in there. It's just, I mean,
Now,
at least we know she knows she's Supergirl at the very end.
of course, everybody knows it's Supergirl except Lana.
You mean Lena?
Oh, whatever the hell her name is.
Lena Luthor, yeah.
But see, here's the funny thing. Here comes Alex with the grand proposal. Marry me. Okay. But on a side note, folks, the actress that plays Maggie says she's done with the show. She doesn't want to come back. She wants to pursue better things. So that little heifer's getting killed off next season.
Oh, wow, you just called her a heifer, man. That isn't even cool. They might just recast. They might just recast.
According to the article that I saw, it's not. It's because she's no longer going to be a series regular. She's going to be a recurring guest star.
She's stepping down. They would have kept her as a series regular, but she wants to pursue, I guess, other acting chops. Maybe try for movies and stuff like that. And being on, they film in Canada, so that might stunt her from trying to get some big Hollywood gigs or something in the local area. But hey, it was just funny because you would think they would have tried to hold that episode a couple of more weeks and let the fact that the season finale just aired and let it sink in. Oh, it's okay. Alice can't get a good finale, a good ending neither.
Okay, well, if they are, you said that there's the possibility that they could recast her. I'd rather they kill her off.
I didn't say recast. I just say kill her.
I know. E said that they'd possibly recast her. The thing is, recasting a character is probably one of the worst things you could do because it messes with the continuity. And that's like
no. In Fresh Prince, man, not happened with Aunt Viv.
It's an unforgivable sin. It's an unforgivable cinematic sin. That's what it is for me. Because
it's all the pending, dude. Like, if she was maybe in an episode or two, then I'd say, yeah, recast her if they wanted to keep her as a series regular next season. But we kind of got used to her this season, so I say just kill her.
Yeah. Okay. As we beyond that one off, let's move off and let us move to Flash.
I'd rather talk about Arrow.
No, Arrow's last. I personally enjoyed Flash. I liked the fact that HR finally did something useful. Number one, so congrats to HR on that one. But here's the thing.
Who didn't see that coming, though, bro? I mean, let's be real.
We all did. We all saw it coming.
But it was nice. But here's the thing that, again, superpowers, right? Flash, how come he didn't run into the hospital quick, right? Or back to the lab? It actually doesn't matter because there's no Caitlin, who's she's the only doctor in the group. So I guess he still would have died anyway.
Well, before we continue, we didn't touch on the one thing that Victor just brought up.
What?
Who the hell was the baby sucking on the blood when it jumped off into outer space towards the end of the episode? Back on Krypton, remember?
Oh, Doomsday.
It goes 35. Doomsday. So you would think, oh God, no.
Yeah, I thought it was Doomsday as well. I did. I suspected it was Doomsday.
Look. Unless they try and introduce some new person in all comic book Superman history, the only people who got out of Krypton and the neighboring planet are Monel, Superman, Supergirl, and General Zod in the Phantom Zone. That's it. And the city of Kandor, but Kandor was shrunk by Brainiac. That's it.
Please, no Doomsday. No. I had enough Doomsday. Smallville. I don't want another TV budgeted Doomsday.
You never know. They might actually do a good thing with him on Supergirl. They might.
Charles, really, you want to get muted? Let's never go there, Charles.
I'm not trying to be muted. I mean, the Dooms. I himself was fine. Davis Bloom was the problem. With Davis Bloom, I thought he was a pansy.
this Doomsday is going to be human too, and he's going to be like a
Sam
Jack
Whitwer was Doomsday.
Yeah, it was Sam Whitwer.
Yeah, Davis Bloom was the human form of Doomsday in Smallville.
Yeah, but anyway,
No, it wasn't. It was Sam Whitwer.
No.
Davis Bloom is the character name.
Oh, well, I don't care about character name. That shit was stupid too.
Anyway, let us move over to Flash. Like I said, HR did a good job. I like that. My problem my problem with the team is the team. I don't know why Barry thought he could talk to himself.
Because Captain Cold got in his head.
Maybe. But I will say though, I did like the way it ended. I liked the fact that Barry owned up for his mistake. The one time, do you remember he's made so many mistakes in this show? He owned up and he was like, look, Kid Flash is around. We all know Kid Flash is not that great compared to him, but Kid Flash is around at least. HR is there to help him. Harrison Wells is there to help him. And he just got to go.
Dude. He's speeding around town passing out freaking wedding invitations, and then he takes off into the Speed Force. Like, really, bro?
Yeah.
He'll be back.
We know he's coming back.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing, though. I think, to me, I looked at it this way. He didn't see it as a death sentence. You see it as something he had to go and fix. That's how I looked at it. That's why when he was saying goodbye, he wasn't. But he also knew that somebody had to be in there. Remember, Wally was already there. Every other Flash had already spent time in that. Come on, right? Really? Everybody has already spent time in that prison. He has to own up.
And fix his damn mistake.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I looked at it more as like, he just kind of looked at it as like, all right, it might take me a little time, but I can fix this. Not necessarily, everybody looked at it as a death sentence, which I liked that he did it that way because, his wife, future wife, is like, what the hell? But remember, if they played it, I know this is hard to show you, but I think this is what it was. He went, think about it this way. He looked at the machine. It said, Flash is missing at this date, 2025, right? That Iris West wrote.
2024.
2024. That's not 2024. That means the future is still the same. He's coming back, as far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
Well, we know that because it's his show.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're a time traveler, if you're a Flash, you look at that, you go, all right, I'm not dead. I'll come back. Fine. it's just the way it is. It's like, I will come back because that's already still that byline. It's still there, and she's also still alive. So he's like, all right, this is just a road bump.
And we know who the villain is next season.
Who's the villain?
DeVoe.
Who?
Debo.
Debo?
DeVoe.
DeVoe.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know DeVoe. Let me see who DeVoe is.
He's some thinking guy.
He's some thinking guy.
Yeah, that's what they say. He thinks he outsmarts you, and he has some kind of powers with his brain.
Well, hey, look, being a thinking villain worked for the Arrow, so they figured
we saw that.
They figured they might as well do that for Flash, right?
Yeah, but let's be real. The first 3 seasons of Flash have had 3 goddamn speedsters. I've had enough speedsters.
Yeah, that's why they go with somebody else.
Go with someone else. Bring a character that you could actually doesn't require a lot of CGI, who could be on screen more.
Yeah,
and outsmart the team.
DeVoe makes sense. Now, granted, the image of him is numbers and things, but he's going to be human form anyway. So, and he's probably either going to have he's just going to wear a jacket and pretty much, yeah.
He'll probably be this version of their Riddler, just really smart.
Clifford DeVoe, alias the Thinker, affiliations: Injustice Society, Suicide Squad, base operation Keystone City, alignments bad, occupation lawyer.
Oh boy, another lawyer.
Oh boy, I think I can see it happening now. If he's a lawyer, then he could. Do you think he would be like a defense attorney?
So there are a couple versions of him. And I wish they had made a better Mr. Terrific, because here's one: artificial intelligence DeVoe. After his death, Mr. Terrific used the thinking cap to create an artificial intelligence based on DeVoe's brain patterns. When the reformed Justice Society of America formed, DeVoe came back pretty much. But we have a terrible Mr. Terrific, so I don't even want to see that. But that would be nice to at least have somebody from Arrow in the change, causing some disruption somewhere else. But actually, you could still have Mr. Terrific do it. But anyway, Charles, what was your thoughts on the episode?
The Flash episode, I'd have to say, was it was good. I liked it a lot, actually. I especially thought the fight scene between Savitar and the Speedsters, which, if I remember correctly, there were 3 Speedsters fighting Savitar. It was Barry, Wally, and was it Jay Garrick?
Yeah, Jay Garrick, yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. So they fighting them. I thought that was a badass fight scene. I like how it was Iris that killed Savitar. I thought, although
she shouldn't have, that bullet should not have even reached him.
No, it shouldn't have. I mean, I kind of suspected that Savitar was running slower than normal in order for that bullet to hit him.
Really slow for a speedster.
Well, okay, but how about this? What if it wasn't that he was running slow? He was just running in a straight shot, and all she had to do was shoot straight.
I mean, she had to shoot Barry. Her Barry. She had to aim for her Barry. Forget that. She just had to aim for her Barry for that to happen. Either way, that happened. I'm glad that, in a sense, Caitlin kind of mastered her powers. I'd rather her just be a little different and not like, I'm a super bad guy or I'm, super good.
She can be bad when she wants to, be good when she wants to. Just have her be like the anti-hero type.
Yeah.
And it'll work for her.
Yeah,
at least I think so.
The thing that I'm a little concerned about, and the comic book purist in me is coming out, Killer Frost has never been an anti-hero. She's always been a straight-up villain.
Until she joins the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but she does that because she has to, because if she doesn't, she dies. She loses, like one of her most important bodily organs, her head.
Yeah, that's why Amanda Waller is the best, baby. That woman could put you down in order.
See, this show doesn't have an Amanda Waller no more.
Yeah,
no, Amanda Waller is dead.
I mean, that's one thing I like about Amanda Waller. I remember I still won't forget, Batman Beyond, where she has the discussion with the new Batman. She's like, look, I knew Bruce Wayne was Batman the whole time, but he's useful. And right now we needed another Batman, so I cloned him. And I almost killed your parents to replicate the whole thing that happened to him so we can get Batman.
Well, so that's what happened in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Terry was Bruce Wayne's
clone, yeah.
Yeah, it's his clone. Yeah,
it's a great episode to watch because Terry, and she tells Terry, she's like, yeah, you don't have his brain, nobody does, but you have his heart. You're good enough, and right now that's what we need. She's like,
Victor said he thought she became good finally and was known as Frost in the comics.
Maybe at some point. I'm sure. Again, they do make changes left and right, so who knows?
Yeah, the comics.
I'll look it up.
So many different changes.
I have the wiki open, so I'll look it up.
Yeah, like the blue and red Superman that I was listening to early this afternoon.
All right, hold on.
Oh boy, that was funny.
That was terrible.
I didn't know about that one. I was interested in that conversation.
I haven't really read it. Like I saw it and I was like, what the hell is this? As a kid, I was like,
yeah, that's something you're like, no, you're not getting my money.
No.
This sounds foolish.
It's expensive to buy comics back home, man. So you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose the kind of quality you're reading.
It ain't like today, dude. You could just buy them on Google Play.
Yeah, or at least I have more income to spend, right, on my comics. But no, there's no way I was going to do that. All
right, you know what? He's right. I looked it up right now. On Prime Earth in the DC comic book universe, Caitlin Snow is no longer known as Killer Frost. She's now known as Frost, and she is a member of the Justice League of America.
Yeah,
and let's be real, our Killer Frost hasn't killed nobody yet.
Nope.
So why should she have? Well, Cisco being Cisco.
Breaking news.
Hey, but at least Cisco gets the girl. What's breaking?
Breaking news. Breaking news. So remember how Doug Liman talked about Justice League Dark recently? It looks like he's no longer directing the movie. So this is off from Heroic Hollywood. Justice League Dark, Wild Tales director eyed to replace Doug Liman. Warner Brothers is currently hoping to get Argentinian director Damien Chazelle on board to direct Justice League Dark after Doug Liman announced that he would be departing the project. Chazelle is best known for Wild Tales, the dark comedy film that focuses on 6 different tales of revenge. One of the best films of the year, nominated in 2014 Academy Award. So if it's a dark comedy, maybe this guy will make it work. Who knows?
Doug Liman left earlier in the week.
Yeah, it was kind of quiet too. I didn't even see that news.
I forgot about it because it's one of those movies that we don't know when it's actually coming out.
Yeah, but it seems like they have a script down for it. I think.
Now,
I think they're using Guillermo's.
I think they're using an adapted version of Guillermo's script. Go ahead, Charles.
Is this Justice League Dark movie going to be a part of the DCEU?
Yeah, you can have it a part of DCU, and you don't need anybody in there because they all operate on magic, right?
Yeah.
All they need is Batman.
They don't even need a Batman at all. You know who you.
But if you want, you could do it exactly like they did the animated version. Have Batman in there for a little while, and then have Superman show in and at the end. Man, I don't be messing with y'all magic people.
You know who you need to use on that one?
The Rock.
Yes, Black Adam, man. That is that territory where you can splice in some Black Adam in there, and that's all you need. That is all you need. Remember, The Rock says he's going to play him as an anti-hero, and truly in the comic books, just recently they've made him more bad. Black Adam is a ruler of a country also. From what fictional African country they made him in. But he doesn't care about anything other than himself, his people, that's it. If you come into his territory, then he's messing with him. So they kind of made him more bad guy now. Before he was
anti-hero.
Yeah, it doesn't really give two shits about anything. So you could play it that way.
The Rock's character is going to be an anti-hero.
Yeah, so
he'll play villainous 1 minute and then be helping the next. So he'll bring balance to it.
Yeah, so that's why I said if you bring him into Justice League Dark, it's a nice mix there. Something where because he'll be led by what's his name again? Constantine. Constantine might need his help. Go over to his country and be like,
see now
that brings me to my question: is that do you think Matt Ryan will come back to play Constantine?
No, somebody else.
Damn it!
They won't use him.
No, it's not that. Matt Ryan is not part of this universe. It doesn't even matter. Remember, DC has made it very clear. The universes don't mix. They can if they wanted to, which they will never have the problem Marvel has. So DC can go ahead and this is the funny part. DC can go ahead and license some of its lesser properties to another studio, like Paramount, for instance, right? It's a different Earth. Don't matter.
Oh, man, but Matt Ryan was so badass as Constantine. I'd love to see him come back.
But he's a TV actor. They're not going to use him.
I guarantee. My feeling is most likely the person they would use is, and I just forgot his name now again. He was in Fantastic Beasts.
Johnny Redmayne?
Yeah.
No,
Teddy
Colin
Redmayne.
Farrell?
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Really, him?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I really don't
do.
see it.
Oh,
Put some blonde hair. Put some blonde hair on him. I could see it. He did very well. He did very well as like the antagonist in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, for someone who doesn't like Harry Potter,
even though, spoiler alert, it was really Johnny Depp's character.
Yeah. But he did a fantastic, and he can do that role easily quite well. Like I said, put blonde hair on him. Warner Brothers likes him. He's been doing a little more Warner Brothers projects. Warner Brothers goes a certain way. And if they want to have a few people in this, they're going to have lesser known actors for all the roles except one.
And that would be Constantine.
It'd be Constantine. Now, if you want to boost that and you add The Rock as somebody else who joins them at some point for help for a certain stage, then having The Rock in there is just the other icing on the cake you need. And this movie is most likely going to be smaller. It's probably going to have a similar budget not as high as Wonder Woman, but like, in that range lower. Wonder Woman is like 125. So I'm seeing between 80 to 100 in a budget because it's mostly special effects in there. And to get The Rock cheap in this, you just say, look, we make you executive producer on this one.
And you get a lot of points.
Yeah. And then you move it that way. And you can now move Justice League Dark. If the movie is an $80 million budget and then he makes $80 million of opening weekend, or say even 60, that movie will become profitable. You'll probably make $200 million in the US and then another $200 million, and you're good. That's all you need. So they need that to be smaller, and they need that to interconnect.
Nah, I'm sorry, Josh. I'm not seeing that guy.
Who?
He's saying Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones as Constantine.
No, he's not. He's the problem is he's almost been typecast as a little bit too smooth. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see Jaime Lannister as being John Constantine.
Now, let's get on to I want to say my second favorite season finale of the week. Arrow.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I love that cliffhanger ending. The ending was good. I like the whole Deathstroke punching Oliver to make it look like he betrayed him. All that. Malcolm Merlyn, we think he gave up his life, but we all know if you don't see a body, he ain't dead. We saw Kolvar's body just laid up on the ground.
Yep.
So, I mean, everything in this episode was great. They ended their story, even though it ended on a cliffhanger. I personally think they made it to the bunker where Deathstroke was being kept prisoner. Safest spot on the whole island. Under all that concrete there. That's where they're going to be. Because we know most of them are all coming back next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they made it there. But it was nice. I mean, Prometheus was true to his character to the very end, which was good.
Just one issue.
What's your issue?
Nyssa trying to kick Talia. Boy, was that kick bad.
I didn't even see the kick.
She kicked straight air.
What I liked about the fight scene was Deathstroke's fight scene looks the cleanest out of everyone. Now, the one thing I like about Deathstroke is, even though Deathstroke was good in season 2 of the show, this is closer to what Deathstroke really is. Deathstroke is not a crazy maniac. I mean, the version of him now, he's very calm. I mean, like, if this was Deathstroke locked in a prison and Oliver Queen came and needed his help, he would open the prison and say, here's $10 million. I need your help. Come with me. Done. And Deathstroke would take the pay. We all know Deathstroke he's an assassin for hire.
And the thing that I noticed, because Deathstroke took, in the last animated movie we saw, he took the girl that could control rock and all that under his wing.
Yeah.
It kind of hinted if he was on this show, or if they were to spin him off, he would take Artemis under his wing and train her even better.
I mean, yeah, he would do something like that.
He gave that look, like, you chose the wrong team, girl.
Yeah. And it was good. It was good. I think it was a good episode overall. I enjoyed it. I liked the way it ended. I even liked the way it ended, to the point of him getting brought back from the island. Everything made sense. It was good. The thing I liked that they did better this season with the island flashbacks. So the flashbacks in Arrow were always meant to do this. Instead of them writing filler things in the episode, you do the flashback to fill in those gaps in your, not in your story point, but just in wasted airtime. Now it got kind of lazy in seasons 3 and 4, especially season 4. Season 5, it came back, and the stories made sense, and they both coincided. So they can do flashbacks if they want to, but they have to map it out properly the same way and go, how does it affect the story?
Now they said if they do flashbacks, it's going to focus on other characters' flashbacks at certain points of their, like you saw in this season, we had Oliver and Felicity flashback to a few months after they broke up.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had the booty call in the bunker.
It's going to be Diggle Wiggle flashback galore. Because we all know, we all know Diggle Wiggle is going to be getting some flashbacks. We're going to get Canary flashbacks a lot. Next season.
We'll probably get some Wild Dog flashbacks.
Some Wild Dogs flashbacks in there, and maybe even Mr. Terrific, where he actually might look terrific. Remember he was an athlete, supposedly, right? I didn't even know how he was an athlete, but whatever.
He was a bronze medal athlete.
I think they said that he was a bronze medal Olympic gymnast.
No, he's according to the show, and also even in the comic book, he was a decathlon athlete. So that's 10 sports, and yet he just looks like. I mean, his greatest skill set: afro to cornrow in 5 minutes.
He's got that patent down, bro. Let's roll.
I have to say that much, but yeah.
To Victor's question, Merlin might not be back next season because they don't need him. I don't think he'll be gone for good because, like it said, we don't see the body. We see an explosion, but we don't see Captain Boomerang and we don't see Malcolm Merlin. And if you don't see a body, they ain't dead.
Yeah. No, so here's the thing. Now that we've seen, here's something I want to ask, right? The comparisons of the two different DCU universe of villains, heroes that we have. There's no Arrow to compare, so leave that aside. So let's start off with some villains before we get to like Superman and Supergirl and all that stuff. Which do you prefer? I'm going to pose this question now. You just tell me which one. Captain Boomerang, movie version, TV version?
Movie.
Yeah, movie. I'd say movie version is better.
I just like the way Jai Courtney played him in the movie. He brought like some comedy to him with just the facial expressions.
Yes,
I thought Jai Courtney's performance as Captain Boomerang was probably the best performance he's ever had.
And honestly, he had a pink unicorn. Yeah. TV version don't have a unicorn.
TV version is a little bit too serious. I mean, that is what's his name again in the other show?
Asher.
Asher, yeah, from Spartacus. Other characters to compare in the movie world and TV world, I wanted to say Flash, but we haven't really seen movie Flash, really. So can't really compare it. All right,
we can't compare the two because I honestly think Ezra Miller is going to be the better of the two Flashes because our Flash whines too much. And it looks like the movie Flash is just going to be a comic genius.
Speaking of that, wait, before you answer, speaking of that, quickly, Billy is it Cundiff or whatever? The guy who plays Barry Allen's dad in the movie, who we saw in the trailer, is left the project. He's left Flash.
I thought they debunked that.
Oh, really? Okay, then maybe.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You know, that was the running rumor earlier in the week, and then it ended up being debunked that he ain't go nowhere. He's still on. Okay. So as of right now, he's still on. Joshua had a lot of tweets about that.
Okay. Sorry, Charles, go ahead.
No, that's what I was going to bring up. I was going to say, like, the guy that played Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen was going to be playing Henry Allen in The Flash, but I heard the rumors that he had left the project. So with the whole reshoots that they were going to do with Joss Whedon taking over for Justice League, does that mean that one of the reshoots was that they were going to recast Henry Allen and just refilm those scenes with a new actor?
No, this reshoot scenes are additional scenes that they added. So and again, since it's and those scenes were already written by Joss Whedon, so these scenes are going to have a lighter tone. I think that's just pretty much it. Because
honestly, how I understand you want to be hard on Snyder in some cases. If you don't like his movies, you don't like his movies. But the man just went through a tragic incident.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he's poured his life into a lot of his movies. And that could be the cause why his daughter committed suicide. She felt lonely because it's both him and his wife that do this stuff.
All right. I'm going to stop you right there, Lou. I think it might be a little disrespectful to assume the reasons why she committed suicide.
I don't really know, but I'm just saying, when you got parents in the industry, they're not around a lot.
But like I said, I'm not going to assume the reasons why she committed suicide. All I'm going to say is that the act of it was extremely tragic, and I I hope Zack Snyder and his wife are able to grieve properly and just be able to grow. Well, I don't know if it's going to get better, but I wish them well, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
Just
of
take
course,
the time.
there are a few people who, of course, tried to lament on that. As you know, how people on the web, dumbasses. They were saying, yeah, it's great that Schneider has left, forgetting that Joss Whedon gave us Age of Ultron.
The Avengers 2. And see, the problem with Avengers 2, that was Feige and team meddling. Because if we actually got a director's cut of that movie, the version that he had made that was over 3 hours plus, it might have been a little bit better.
I mean, it might have been. It might have been. Okay, other superhero characters, movie and TV. I guess there's only Superman that's left, right? There's no one else.
Oh, hands down, you're gonna take the movieverse. I'm sorry, this Superman on the TV show, he's a donkey.
Oh, you called him a donkey. How about you, Charles?
What Superman are we talking about?
Comparing the two Supermen.
Henry Cavill
and Donkey. I don't know what his real name is, so yeah, I'm gonna call him Donkey. But I would hands down, I'd have to say Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's interpretation of Superman is much stronger than Donkey's interpretation.
That is not even right, guys. Don't call him Donkey.
Henry Cavill would not have lost to Supergirl if she was in a movie.
No, he wouldn't have. Hell, Batman wouldn't have lost to Supergirl.
Oh my God. Okay, all right.
The movieverse knows how to get power levels right. Damn it, not the damn TV show.
Remember, it's not just the movieverse, it's Snyder. The one thing that people keep forgetting with Zack Snyder, just to kind of bring it back to him, is Zack Snyder is a comic book fan. And the things that he did from Man of Steel to BVS was he got the power levels right, which people, here's the thing. A lot of people, first of all, complain about Man of Steel fight scene. My friend, Mr. Juan Bagnell, complains about the death tolls. And I said,
yes.
We've seen us argue on that. And I was like, look, besides the fact that he's a hero for a week, if Superman fought today in New York City, a lot of people would die. Not even just because he didn't try to save them. If he punches, the shockwave could probably kill somebody at some point. That's just what it is. That's just how it is. And Snyder showed us not even the maximum limit, but a high limit of what the power level was. Same thing with Batman. Showed us the effectiveness of Batman. Just from that warehouse scene, beat anything that Christopher Nolan did in The Dark Knight. Completely. I mean, that made Ben Affleck, it just solidified that as Batman for a lot of people. So, and even Wonder Woman with the short scene he gave her, now Patty Jenkins has taken that to another level for Marvel Reports. That just the scene, I mean, the scene of her, I think that's the thing about Snyder, he does well. He understands power levels. He also understands how to introduce your character. Wonder Woman lands and just blocks it. I'm never forget it. There was a woman sitting next to me and Sam in the theater, and she got up, is like, "That's right, girl. You go ahead and show them what you got." I was like, okay.
But look, speaking of that, Gal Gadot, people can say what they want. I enjoyed her in the Fast franchise. She brought an element to Wonder Woman that Snyder didn't even ask her to do. When Doomsday punches her and she's on the ground sliding back, and then she puts that smirk on her face, she's like, I got that from the comic. I read it and I see she loves to battle, and she incorporated it and he kept it. So it goes to show John Campea could eat a hot dog and just give the woman her props. Just because you may not have liked her in Fast and Furious, but let her grow.
No, so I think one of the things, and one of the things I've heard from reviews is this, and just I don't know if I had mentioned it before, but it's a couple of things I've discussed about with Wonder Woman. When you want to have Wonder Woman, an actress for Wonder Woman, she has to possess a bunch of traits. Same thing with Superman. While Henry Cavill doesn't have all the traits, which Christopher Reeves definitely had. Like Christopher Reeves, you could have bulked him up more. Like say Christopher Reeves was the same age as he was today, You could bulk him up to look bigger than Henry Cavill, and he would play Superman excellently because he has that soft, warm look, but then he can still get into a fight. That's what she does better than anyone. You know, you see her, she's inviting, but then her facial expression when she gets in the fight scene is like, I'm sorry, you know, like, I shouldn't, my bad, please don't hurt me. You know, you're going, I know I made a bad mistake, but she gives you that expression like she's ready to kick your ass, you know? And when she's surprised, she really is surprised, but it's not like, you know, me going, no, it's just subtle, but it really comes out. You're like, oh, okay. And that takes, I mean, that's some of that is just natural talent. Some of that also takes skill. And that's something a lot of people just can't do. A lot of good actors just can't do that. Now, with a lot of people like Campier who would talk about, you know, how lines come in wooden, I blame that more on the fact that English is not her first language, and she also speaks a certain way. She speaks as she sees it, and also with Wonder Woman, she kind of delivers it as like a newbie. You know, it reminds me, and even Campier even had this analogy to Arnold Schwarzenegger. It reminded me of, you know, like some of the Arnold movies, like Kindergarten Cop and a couple of things where he's always plays the fish out of water. When you're a fish out of water, you don't deliver your lines like a normal person. You deliver it like you're experiencing for the first time. So it never comes out directly the same. But anyway, everybody seems to love her now, so it really doesn't even matter at this point.
We'll see Friday.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'll be seeing it on Tuesday, so my review will be on Tuesday. And
Screener.
Yeah, and I'll be seeing it again on Thursday.
Well, depending on how my leg feels, I will probably go on Friday. Because as of right now, I can't even get in my car.
Oh, you poor baby.
Oh, shut up, Blue.
But anyway, it should be good. So our spoiler review, Saturday's show will most likely spend like half the show on Wonder Woman spoiler review in there.
Spend the whole show on it.
Probably the whole show. Who knows? Depends on how big the other news is. If it's a really big news, then definitely. But yeah. So why wouldn't you do this? Projections for Wonder Woman opening weekend next weekend. What do you see?
I'm gonna stick to like about 120.
120. Charles?
I would assume like as in like 120 million in earnings for like the first weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go below 120. I would say anywhere between possibly 120, 125 is what I'd say.
I feel like it could be 165.
That's bold.
I feel like it'd be 165.
Oh, well, especially in Austin, where you know the theater is bringing that second screening for women.
Okay, let me give you my anecdotal example. I was in Seattle. I went to Microsoft. I had a thing there this week, and I was on a panel with 5 other women. And within the panel, man. What is it?
He goes 96 million.
He said 96. Well, I mean, he's probably thinking 100, but maybe he'll fall short or something. But I was there with 5 other women, and we're talking, and I can't remember how it came up, but somebody else mentioned Wonder Woman. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see it. That's my show. I remember watching it growing up, my mom. And 3 of the 5 women were like, I can't wait to see it. One was not a comic book fan at all, and she just like, it just looks so good. The other one was like, yeah, I watch a lot of Marvel and DC stuff, and she likes it. And the third one was like, yeah, I saw the trailer. I was like, yep, I'm seeing that. So I think there's a lot of high buzz, especially women who see it. And word of mouth, again, if it's good, word of mouth will just really push it over from Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And the good thing that's helping this movie right now is that it's got positive reviews.
Yeah, positive reviews. And y'all know every fanboy, every DC fanboy will see this movie anyway. Think about it this way.
I project here Josh goes to see it at least 4 times.
Josh, you probably see it 4 times, but
I'm probably going to see it 4 times.
if this movie, I'm definitely seeing it because Sam is traveling. Sam's like, I don't get to see it. I was like, yeah, when you come back, we'll see it again. It's fine. I'll see it the third time. It's cool. But I put it this way. The kind of buzz this movie is getting, if BVS had gotten this buzz,
it would have made a lot more money.
BVS would have made 200 million that weekend.
Easily.
BVS made 165 on a bad buzz weekend. So I think this movie will do. I think a lot of DC movies and some of the, one of the things I liked that I heard was still is a dark movie. That it's, because it's World War I too. It's not like it's lighthearted. A lot of people have said it is funnier to them than Guardians of the Galaxy because they said Guardians of the Galaxy was funny, but they just tried to push it as being funny rather than you just having a movie that was just, the jokes landed at the right time, so to speak. So, I mean, we'll see, but I say 165, you say 125, Charles, and 120?
Yeah.
Between 120 and 125 is what I would say.
I mean, dude, you got to pick a number. You cannot go between because you know what? If it's now 122, that means Lou wins, not you. So, come on.
Fine, I'll go. Fine, then if I have to pick something, I'm just going to toss up a number. 136.
136.
Doesn't sound bad. It could do
Wonder
it.
Woman's budget is 120, I believe. Victor. Victor says 96 million. I believe the budget for Wonder Woman's is 120.
Not counting the marketing.
But that's budget. I'm just saying budget. But the movie that had the best 120 million. The movie that had the cheapest marketing is Man of Steel.
Really?
All their marketing was offset by advertising spin-ins with there was a burger one. The burger one is a car company that put in roughly around like 20 and 30 million each.
Dustin King is going with 140.
Dustin King says 140. All right, so I guess I'm still at the highest number at 165.
You're giving it BVS numbers.
Oh yeah,
it could do it. That's the thing. If it was a 4-day weekend, I think it would have had a strong shot at 160.
It will do it. It would do 165.
Here's the key. How much is it going to pull in on Thursday night? If it pulls in north of 20 million on Thursday night, then this movie has a strong shot at 120, at 160 easy.
If we see a Thursday night number that is ridiculous, that does that Star Wars / BVS Thursday night numbers, then you're looking at that 165 very well. So if it does 25, if it does 25 million, say if it does between 20 to 25 million on Thursday night, 165 is doable.
Yep.
Yeah. But if it doesn't,
it is because
if it doesn't, then we'll see.
Thursday night's totals really factor into Friday.
Yeah, there's no Thursday night. Thursday night is Friday, pretty much. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for this week. Thank you very much.
What about our movie reviews?
Oh yeah. Oh god, I forgot about that. Sorry.
There was one thing that I wanted to mention though, because I found out about it. I mean, you guys know that I'm super excited for The Mummy that's going to be coming out in 2 weeks. I checked the rating it has on IMDb. It has an 8.5 out of 10, and I'm super happy about that rating,
dude.
But it's IMDb.
That's IMDb.
Don't.
If it ain't Rotten Tomatoes, it don't count.
Even Rotten Tomatoes, I don't like, but Rotten Tomatoes you can look at. It's still critics' choice, so if you look at the critic, you can read it. IMDb is fan of people who do screenings in general. So, Joshua, you think you can pass BVS? So it has to go past 165. So what's your number, Joshua?
Joshua go 170.
Yeah, I'll put it this way, Charles. It's tracking at 40 million.
What? The Mummy?
Yeah.
God damn it! Look, I don't care. I am excited for the Dark Universe.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm going to see it myself. It's tracking at 40. The problem is Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman does anything close to that 165, I'm predicting next weekend the word of mouth is going to see it huge.
It won't have a big drop off like BVS did.
Yeah, it won't have that BVS drop. If it's say it does 165 and it does 100 next weekend, so even though it drops 65 million, that is huge. That means already it is done. First weekend it already cleared its budget. Second weekend it cleared its marketing.
That's if it was 100 billion. It might be a little more.
No,
Other
but-
damn clips and TV spots.
No, I know. This it can be more, but basic marketing for any big blockbuster is 100 million starting, right? So you could say at 100 million is already cleared the marketing at that point. At least maybe 75% of the marketing. Let's call it that.
Yep.
Remember, during the week, people are watching the movie during the week. So in 2 weeks, it probably will clear the marketing proper and gain back his budget. So
Really, Josh? You have no faith? Oh, the Mummy. Good thing you corrected yourself there, buddy.
I thought I was going to say, Joshua, you of all people, DC fanboy nation #1. But anyway, let's quickly do our movie review. It came out this week, John Wick Chapter 2. I got to watch it myself. Lou, you saw it. I'll give my quick take of the movie, and then I'll pass it over to Lou. Man, that movie was fun. That movie was absolutely enjoyable. I remember a friend of mine watched it, and he said the moves were repetitive and the same. And in a sense, I kind of see what he was saying, but because I also know that in this movie, he spent a lot of time training in judo and jiu-jitsu. So he did a lot of jiu-jitsu moves, and they kind of look the same, but they really are not. So I enjoyed that he did that. Now, some of the moves are not really necessary, but it was cool. And I also like the storyline. I like the fact that they expanded on the Continental, the world, and how things are, the different levels, people, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was good. And the setup for a sequel, which is filming starting this summer for John Wick 3, was great. So I'm all for it. This is better than Taken series. Taken 1 was great. Taken 2,
not so great.
Taken 3 was okay. John Wick 1 was good, very good. John Wick 2 was just as good. I wouldn't say it was better, but it was just as good. He had parts that were better. And I loved Common in this one as his close nemesis, because the fights he had with Common was
pretty good.
Because you could tell that they were almost at the same level in terms of skill sets. So I didn't want him to just have somebody he could easily kill, and then someone that he could just get there. And the fact that he didn't kill him means he's coming back for episode 3.
Oh, but that's if he got to a hospital and the doctors were able to do that properly.
No, he didn't kill him.
I mean, he said, you pull out your knife, you bleed to death because this is in an artery. The choice is kind of yours, but just consider this a professional courtesy.
Remember, he did the same thing to Lawrence Fishburne.
But we didn't see Lawrence Fishburne in the first movie.
No, he said he met him a while back before.
Yeah.
But he said, remember the same thing, he cut his neck, and he said, either you treat me now, or you apply pressure on there. Or choose.
So, but no, I watched it last night. That our famous resident Russian was in this movie. Swear to God, everything he's in, he's a Russian. I don't know his name, but the guy from American Gods, the guy with the sledgehammer.
Oh, Peter Stormare.
Yeah, he's our famous Russian. Yeah,
he's our famous Russian, bro. He's in the movie as another Russian boss.
Well, he's not Russian. He's Swedish.
Yeah, no, but that's why we call him a famous Russian, because he's a Russian in every movie.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
but I was in love with that pit bull, bro.
That pit was nice.
That dog was on point. Stay. Just watched him walk away. I'm like, that's a good dog.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a name. Nope.
Boy.
This is good.
I found the movie good. I enjoyed it. Everything about it was great. I liked how it ended. Sets up for part 3. So I like what they're going with this. And they started writing a treatment to try to start shooting late this year for probably some type of release next year or early 2019.
No, they're shooting this year. It's not even a matter of like, they're going to be shooting this summer.
Yes, the ending was crazy.
Yeah, so it's definitely coming out. It's a very good movie. I like the fact it plays well to Keanu Reeves' strength. He's not the best actor. He can be very, very wooden. Talk about wooden. That's Keanu Reeves. But
he doesn't have many lines.
No, because Keanu Reeves.
It's an action movie all the way around.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. There's certain things he does well, and there's certain things he doesn't. And for this, you can use him well in this movie. So definitely works out.
Ruby Rose was good. Her little, assassin was good.
Yeah,
even though she didn't talk.
She was mute.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she was doing sign language, which is good. I mean, it was a good movie. Definitely watch it. If you want an action movie to watch, catch up this weekend. It's a holiday weekend.
Yeah, it's a holiday weekend. Or, I checked out Pirates. If you're into the Pirates franchise, go check it out. It has some pretty good twists in it. Okay. It has this little Johnny Depp quirkiness, like always, but that's what you expect when he plays Captain Jack. But the movie was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Personally, I think when it came to Pirates of the Caribbean, there should only be 3. Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End. They should have never have made On Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides just kept the story going. It filled in the gap between, because in this particular movie,
cash grab.
I liked it.
All of them.
I like what they did.
I hated what they did to Barbossa. Barbossa's not a pirate anymore. That shit is bull crap.
Who said he's not a pirate?
On Stranger Tides says he's not a pirate anymore.
Well, then go watch part 5 and you'll see that he's still a pirate. He's still a pirate. You got to go watch the movie and see what they're doing. But to top it off, the girl is actually she's related to someone in this movie. At first I thought it was going to be kind of like a retread of the first one with Will Turner's son and this chick, but it's kind of not. She's actually related to Barbossa.
Huh. Okay.
She's the daughter of Barbossa. And I like how they opened the movie. The movie takes place 12 years later after the third one. Because the boy is now 12 and he goes searching for his dad. That's how the movie opens. He finds Will. The Dutchman come up, he talks, then the Dutchman go back away. You don't see the Dutchman until the end of the movie. And you don't even see the whole crew, you just see Will.
All right, enough spoilers there.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of pissed off that you spoiled it as much as you did. You're a bad person.
Hey, it's a spoiler review. Saturdays we spoil movies if we've seen them. I seen it. He didn't want to go. Take your headset off.
I can't see a movie right now because of my freaking leg. I can't leave the house.
Oh, dude, that's an excuse, bro. The best thing you can do for an injured leg is walk on it.
So Joshua asked Lou, how would you rank them?
I can't really rank them because I've enjoyed them all. Like we all know, The Curse of the Black Pearl was the best. And then the post-credit scene, sorry to tell you, but we're getting a villain back from 2 and 3. Because the whole purpose of the purpose of Poseidon's staff, once you broke it, it releases all curses.
Huh, good to know. All right, that's enough. I might go see this movie now.
He's dreaming.
It's enough. It's enough.
Just go watch it.
No, it's enough.
Go watch. Do what I do.
No.
Do what I do.
Lou,
go early morning when it doesn't cost you as much.
Lou, it's enough. That's why I say it's enough. Don't spoil it over. Okay, too much. Good. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Catch us again next week where we'll be talking Wonder Woman and
American Gods.
And hopefully I am correct. By Saturday, there's close to 165 anyway.
Dude, no. That would be like, that's 80. That would be 80 million Friday, 80 million Saturday.
I said close to. I said if he does 80 on Friday, then it just has to do 50-50. That's already 180 at that point. So we'll see. But anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Follow us on Instagram. It's OnBoored, Twitter OnBoored, as well as YouTube. And on YouTube, hit the notification icon, get notified with our latest videos. It's Thunder E saying thank you very much. Check out all our channels, OnBoored, Bored at Work, Board Gamers, and Board Fam.
Interesting, Josh. You like the third one out of all of them.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.